Okay, sir, and I just want to see if you agree with what this transcript says, and then I'll take the transcript off and we'll move on. Okay. Okay, sir? Yes, sir. This says, okay, asked and answered, Judge, you've killed 5 people. Is that what it says, sir? Yes, sir. And your answer is yes. Correct, sir? Yes, sir. Okay, thank you for that. Now, today what you came in and testified to is that you've killed 7 people. Correct, sir? Yes. Okay. So, sir, which one is it? Are you lying to this jury saying you've killed 7 people? Objection. Argumentative. Or were you lying to the jury in state court when you, argumentative, said you killed 5 people? Objection sustained. Rephrase your question. Sir, which version of the number of killings that you've committed is correct? The 5 from state court or the 7 that you've testified here to today? I mean, I told them the other people I killed. I came clean and told them everything I done for the trial when we was briefing, and they asked me, is there anybody else you killed? Anything might come up. You know, they consider, even though you was on the outskirts of Slam, that's considered taking a part in killing. And I said, okay, well, I did that then, if you want to say that's part of the killing. And I said that this is the information I gave him. Okay, sir, let's talk about the bottom portion of the document. Yes, sir. The shooting slabbings that Mr. Rainier went over with you. Do you see that, sir? Yes. Did I get that down accurately? Have I correctly itemized the number of shootings and stabbings you've been involved in? Only 1 stabbing, so you can take that S off that, you know. Okay. The rest is shootings. Would that make the document more accurate, sir? If you say, sir. No, I'm asking you. I mean, hey, you asking me questions. I'm just answering. And I say, if you say so, sir. What I did was I took the S off of stabbings. You see that? Yeah. At your request. Correct, sir? I didn't request that. Sir, is this document correct? This section under shooting and stabbing? Yes, it's correct now. Okay. Did I miss anything? Are there any more shootings or stabbings where the victim survived that you have committed or been involved in as a lookout, as a driver, or any involvement at all? No, not that I can think of. Okay. Well, if you could think of one during the course of the day, please let us know, okay? Yes, sir. At this point in time, Your Honor, I'd like to go ahead and offer, file, and introduce this into evidence as Jasmine Perry, Exhibit 6. Any objection by the government? No objection. Any objection by any defense counsel? Hearing no objection, Jasmine Perry 6 will be admitted into evidence. Judge, what I'd like to do is go ahead and put Mr. McCaskill's name on it and put the date and have him sign it. Judge, I guess you're going to have him sign it. I would move to add Al Hardy, Harry Henry, and Judge, he can do Helvin Bayham under the shootings. This on redirect. Counsel, you can bring that up on redirect. Now's not the time to do that. Judge, I don't need to have him sign it. Okay. It's not essential. I just put his name and the date on it. Okay. Sir, did Mr. Rainier remind you of anything? Have you shot or attempted to shoot anybody else besides who's on the list? No, he didn't remind me of nothing, of shooting nobody or nothing like that. Now, your charges were initially brought in state court, correct, Mr. McCaskill? Which charges are you talking about? When you first went to jail in 2012. Yes. That was in connection with state court charges, right? Yes. And your judge in that case was Judge Barras, correct? Not at first. But she became your judge. She became my judge in 2013. And do you recall writing Judge Barras a letter? Yes. Where you asked to have your fate decided by a blue judge? I object. Wait, hold on. Okay. Basis for the objection? It deals with his religion. He filed something about Muslim juries or something. What is irrelevance? It does not relate to his religion, Your Honor. I truly respect the Second Amendment to the Constitution. It's about his credibility and his belief in the jury system in America. Second Amendment to the Constitution? Okay. He can worship whoever. First Amendment. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm influenced by those exhibits over there. I'm sure you respect every amendment to the Constitution. I respect the fact it's not about him being a Muslim. It's about his views on the Sixth Amendment to the Constitution. Okay, as long as it's relevant, go ahead and proceed. Sir, you recall writing that letter to Judge Barras, correct? Her clerk, probably. Yeah, it was addressed to her, but it was sent to the clerk's office, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and in that letter, you requested a blue ribbon jury and that you be presented by an Islamic counsel, correct, sir? Yes. And you requested a blue ribbon jury as opposed to a jury of your peers provided to you by the Sixth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution for what reason, sir? The Islamic minister came around, was coming to the cell, and he said, man, you should file this motion to the judge and see if you can get this done. I couldn't research it because I'm in the cell 23 and 1. So I took the information he gave me and I filed it to the judge. Now, you wrote that letter because you believe that the Sixth Amendment jury, or jury of your peers, an impartial jury that our Constitution provides, couldn't be fair to you. Correct, sir? Yes, if that's what I said, that's what I meant. You wanted a blue ribbon jury and Islamic counsel because you preferred that. Correct? Yes. So you don't have faith in the American Constitution. Correct? Judge, I object to... I didn't say that. Objection sustained. Relevance. Objection sustained. Let me ask and then I'll move on. Completely irrelevant. Let's go. Come on, counsel. Improper questioning. You didn't want a Sixth Amendment jury deciding your fate in state court, right? It wasn't a... Hold on, I can answer. Same objection. Objection sustained. Don't answer the question. Okay. Let's talk about... I'm going to go ahead and get my exhibit back just as a point of reference. Sir, in your direct testimony, you referenced that you grazed in a shooting in Houston. Is that correct, sir? Yes, in the Studio Plus. And then you also got in some trouble in Houston in connection with a gun charge and a four-wheeler incident on the highway. Do you recall that, sir? On the street, not the highway. On the street. Did I get it right otherwise, though, sir? Did I get it right? I just want to make sure I got the story right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get closer to the microphone, please. Yes, sir. And, sir, Mr. Rainier was asking you questions about a charge you took, I think for the incident on the street with the four-wheeler. And as I understood your testimony, you were pulled over by the Houston Police Department. Is that correct, sir? I wasn't pulled over. They threw their lights and I did what everybody who drives is supposed to do. Pull over to the side of the road and let them pass you. And so at some point later on that night, the Houston Police Department placed you under arrest. Correct, sir? Not that night. I don't know where you get the night from. It was broad daylight, early in the morning. So night? That's you putting the words in there. I'm missing some facts here, sir. Is it true as a result of that incident, at some point after, you were arrested by the Houston Police Department? Again, you said night. I said the morning. I'm not trying to argue. Sir, he didn't say night this last... Yes. Alright. Listen to the question. He didn't say night this last time. Alright. Yes, I was arrested. And I'm not really arguing about the time of day or night. Just you were arrested by the Houston Police Department, correct? Yes. And in connection with that arrest, they asked you for your identification, correct? Yes. For your name. And you gave them the name of... Correct, sir? Yes. Now, it's your younger brother, correct? Yes. And how many males in your generation in your family? How many brothers do you have, or had? I know some have passed, right? Yes. And your only living brother is Mr. Correct? No. How many living brothers do you have? I have one stepbrother. One stepbrother. But in terms of your kin, your blood brother, Mr. is the only one who's still alive, right? My mama's son, yes. You all share the same mother, correct? Yes. And you're very close to your mother, aren't you, Mr. McCaskill? Yes. In fact, I know we have calls, you're on the phone with your mother, and she seems very heartbroken about your situation. Correct, sir? I mean, I can't say because I don't know what call you're talking about. I'd object to the relevance. Objection sustained. Sir, a simple question. Is your mother upset about your legal situation? What's the relevance, Judge? I told you. Excuse me. Judge, what's the relevance? Objection. Overruled. He can answer the question. Like I'm saying, I don't know what call you talking about, sir. Me and my mama have been in contact a lot of times. So, I don't know if this is a happy call or a sad call or what kind of call until you play it, and then I can answer the question. Sir, your mother has 2 live sons. You and... Correct? Yes. And was the name you gave the Houston Police Department in order to... It was a lie to the Houston Police Department, correct? Yes. You are not, right? No, sir. He's your brother, right? Yes. He's in the United States Army, isn't he? No. He was in the United States Army, wasn't he? Yes. Your mother was very proud of your brother, right? I guess so. What did your mother say when she found out that you gave the Houston Police Department your brother's name, your brother who was in the Army, to escape justice? Judge, I'd object to relevance. I can't really recall. Objection sustained. What she said, but objection sustained. Don't answer the question. Sir, did you ever talk to your brother? Not like that. Did you ever tell him, I gave your name to the Houston PD, and in fact, I was charged under your name? I didn't have to tell him that because when I got superseded for it, they had fingerprints and my fingerprints, and it was either I'm going to man up and take my charge, or they're going to charge for the gun because they didn't know if he knew I was running around using his name in social. So I took my charge. So I didn't have to tell him because, of course, the Army going to let him know that somebody used his name and show him the picture, and he can identify me from the picture, probably. So you had no problem lying to the Houston police about your identification and throwing your younger brother, who served in our military, under the bus. Right, sir? Throwing him under the bus? What do you mean by throwing him under the bus? Put him on charges he wasn't involved in. Hold on. Throwing him under the bus is like trying to kill him, sir. And I ain't never done that. I apologize for using that term. The question is, you had no problem and, in fact, you did lie to the Houston police and gave them the name of your brother when you actually broke the law in Houston, right? Fact, I didn't really break no law in Houston. They asked me my name, and I gave them my brother's name because an associate of mine told me that he out because he used his brother's name. So I tried to go the same move he did, but it didn't work for me. I wasn't cut loose. I was remanded. And I recall seeing somewhere when you gave them your brother's name, you were acting for the Houston Police Department and you were trying to act like a scared little kid who had to call his mama, right? That wasn't during that time. You asked me a question about what happened to Stephen Kennedy. Oh, okay. So when you shot that night, isn't it in fact true that to evade the attention of the Houston police force, you attempted to act like a scared little kid who had to call his mama? I didn't shoot her. I grazed her. Shooting and grazing is 2 different things for one. Second, yes, I gave them the name. Counsel, let us know when it's going to be a good time for you to break so we can have our noon break. This would be fine, Judge. I'm actually on to a different topic, and I shouldn't have too much longer to go after lunch.